It was 1965, and I wanted to go see the Beatles more than anything. And so, of course, all the tickets were sold out. I went to the grocery store, and on the bulletin board on the grocery store, it said, for sale, 2 tickets to the Beatles concert in Chicago. And so I ripped down the whole sign. I came home, I called the person, and they wanted $6 for the ticket, which was huge at the time for me. None of my girlfriends could afford to go, but my dear cousin came with me. My father drove us up there because, we couldn't drive. When the Beatles hit the stage, everybody stood up on top of their chair and just started screaming. And so we started screaming too. And for 2 hours, that's all we did was scream. I never saw the Beatles. I hardly heard their music. I just screamed for 2 solid hours. And then, of course, when everything ended, I still had a ringing in my ears, a big ringing. I could hear nothing. I saw my cousin's mouth move, but I couldn't hear a thing. And when my father came to pick us up, he was talking to me, and I said to my cousin, cover for me because I can't hear anything, and I don't want my dad to know that. To sing came at a very early age. I was 4 years old, and I was cast in a stage play of South Pacific, and I was cast as one of the children from Thailand, or Siam, I guess, that the King of Siam wanted us to be tutored. We sang a song called Getting to Know You. I had my hair all done up. I kind of looked like Princess Leia, makeup so that I looked oriental. Singing that song, I couldn't stop singing it. It just was kind of a lifelong thing. I started singing in the backyard. I started singing with my guitar. A very first gig I think I had was 1968, and that was at the Carroll Coffee House. It was a hippie coffee house, and it was one of the funnest things I did when I was in high school. We sang all kinds of protest songs, and we talked about the Vietnam War, and it really got me started, and I really loved being on stage. I like to write songs too, because it was a really great way to express myself, without being too blunt. Sagittariuses are kind of blunt. My songs have a little bit more a mystical feel to them, and it just broadens me as an artist. I've had a variety of art that I've done. I was a regular singer at the Little Nashville Opry in Nashville, Indiana, in my 30s, and I never sang country music before. But I learned it really quickly, and I enjoyed it. I really did. I know a lot of people say, well, it's so simplistic, but that's exactly what I liked about it. And one of my favorite artists that I fell in love with when I was playing there was Willie Nelson. He just charmed me, and I was so, he just was just such a natural, easygoing celebrity that I liked it. And I did rock and roll, and that knocked me around quite a bit. I was in LA for a while and made it through the metal years. I love to sing inspirational music that soothes my soul and hopefully soothes other people's souls so that they can feel something a little bit deeper and a little bit more profound. And I was fortunate enough in 1980 to come across Prem Rawat. He's been teaching and sharing for a long time. He was, I think, 6 years old when he started.
Lot to say, but in essence, it is not the message that changes. Opinions change. People change. Our circumstances change. But the message remains the same. What is the message? In this world, we tend to analyze everything. People like to analyze God. What is God? And the whole point isn't about analyzing God. Liberation, enlightenment, tranquility. That's not the point, to analyze these things. How do I get to it? Analogy time. When you are thirsty, do you need to analyze water? Or do you need a way to get to it? Just keep it simple. And if I feel the thirst, if I feel thirsty, then I don't want descriptions. I don't want analysis. All I want is, how do I get to that water? So I may quench my thirst. That's the point. That's the point. To quench the thirst.
I was fortunate enough to receive knowledge, which is 4 simple techniques that allow you to go inside and just feel the peace within. And that really influenced my music. I was very taken by the experience that I was able to have, and that it could deepen. And it also deepened with my music, because one of the things I love, and I've always loved about music, is that I feel like the divinity flows through me when I'm singing. I can't even express how it feels to me, really, because it just, you know, I can say divine and you say, well, what does that mean? I don't know, like I'm in an angel's choir that I never want to leave.
There was no way for a good man to go, fresh air to breathe, plenty of room to grow, bring all the family, fill your party.
The most recent concert we did, my husband also performs with me, David Lantz, and we did a fundraiser in October of 2019, and the name of the show was Something Else, and we had an opportunity to share a lot of Prem Rawat's quotes, and we even had his book, Peace is Possible, for sale in the lobby along with our CDs. When the concert was over, a lot of people were asking about, you know, our connection, asking about Prem Rawat, and I was lucky enough to share that with people. To me, there's nothing more precious on this earth than knowing that the peace that you're looking for is inside of you.
Waiting for the moon to shine, its soft and silvery glow.
I recently produced a music video to go to the song Waiting for the Moon, which is a song that I really, really love, and it just talks about the longing one has in one's heart for that experience, for that truth, for that beauty that is within you.
To touch the skies, feel the moon.
Well, I think it's unique that I'm still doing it. I feel like, I mean, maybe Willie Nelson has inspired me to just keep going no matter how old you get. I can't stop doing it. I sing constantly. I sing in the shower, I sing, you know, when I'm doing the dishes, I'm singing when I'm taking my dog for a walk, because I really like to do it. And by God's grace, I still have a voice. I'll do it to the day I die.
Funding for this project was provided by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Indiana Arts Commission as part of the Indiana Arts Emergency Relief Fund of the CARES Act. The ArtBeat Goes On video series is to help highlight and support local artists by showcasing their incredible art and heartfelt stories, and by giving you the opportunity to purchase their art and continue to support the local artist movement. To learn more about the Arts Alliance of Greater Bloomington, go to bloomingtonarts.org and see how you can get involved today. To support and purchase the art, click on Our ArtBeat Goes On and then click on Shop Now, and then scroll the page to find the artist you'd like to support.
But a fun side fact, at the Beatles concert, my father went across the street, and so he had a cup of coffee and a piece of pie. And apparently they were trying to get the Beatles in the back door, and they came through the restaurant. And of course the cops were trying to get them past, and the women were chasing. And so John Lennon looked down and he said, "Enjoying your pie, Governor." And so my father had a closer encounter with the Beatles and actually had John Lennon talk to him. And it was really cool. I remember thinking, and I was there and I was losing my hearing.